We are here today with the Tom Penny Accel OG RS. You've been doing things with S for, past, what is it, like a decade now, as far as like writing for the brand and working and all those things together? How long do you think it's been?
That's a good, I think I started getting shoes from them in 2004.
Wow.
I was on Flow, I got put on Flow 2004, and like obviously, I skated this shoe, the Accel, when I was first time when I was a freshman in high school. And I remember just getting them and watching Modus Operandi just came out, and I just had a pair of Accels. I was doing switch flips because I was watching Mike Carroll, all these guys skate in the video, and it was the best feeling skate shoe I've ever had, like with flick,
absolutely,
and board field, and and then you see all your favorite skaters skating in it.
For me, it was a similar thing, like seeing all my favorite skaters, but then seeing the homies around that I looked up to that we skated with together, and the way just like your pants fell on top of them and the tongue just sat up properly, like it was such an ill feeling. So now the nostalgia of seeing something like this with the Tom Penny colorway and the reimagining of it all, man, it's a timeless shoe. Obviously, the silhouette it stands the test of time for a reason, but to see what S is doing with changing the materials or changing the way that the shoes are produced, like that to me, it's like your Air Force One, which you're always going to keep the original the way it is, and then reinvent for different eras, different times, different people. Like, I love that, man. What was the inspiration behind doing like the inverted stitching? Because I know there's very few stitches present on the outside of the shoe.
Yeah, I think so. It's reverse stitch, and this is actually something I'm a big fan of, because one of the first things I worked on when I started working for S was the Accel Slim, and you see on the toe on this one, it's reverse stitched. It's
oh, I never noticed that.
So it's like it just makes it keeps, because we're skating the shoe, obviously doing flip tricks. It keeps it intact, and so like usually a lot of shoes kind of blow out around there, and it kind of frizzes off. This kind of just makes it intact. So we wanted to bring that technology to the OG, and just kind of make a little something different for Tom Penny, and that's like iconic shoe for him, even though it's iconic shoe for S.
The fact that S as a brand was able to realign with Tom Penny after all these years, after such an incredible career with S, and as he moved on to other endeavors, to bring it back, that's like a full circle moment, man. That's such a beautiful thing.
I think people, when we announced it, people were so happy, just like, oh, he's back home. I'm just super happy to work with him, and then working with Don Brown and the guys who started S with Pierre. Like, it's not like it's sold and it's someone else running it. It's like, it's really in the hands of people who love it. And I'm proud to work for him too. I love it. I think it's cool to add something a little different to the Accel, like a little different technology, nothing too crazy, where you don't like look at it and like, oh, what did you guys do? Like,
exactly.
It's similar stuff to make it perform better. So here's the original, the OG, and you can see the stitchings, just how different the stitching is.
Yeah.
You know, try to make it last a little longer, but it still have the same aesthetic and look to it. So,
did Tom have a pretty big say in, like, obviously you wanted to keep it as natural as possible, but was he pretty vocal on like when you gave him the different changes and the different like iterations? Was he cool with what was happening?
You know, what was cool actually was just like I think initially he had a different signature on there, and he was like, no, I don't want that signature, I want this one, and that like this is classic Tom Penny. Like, so I'm glad that he was like, I really like this signature on it. You could tell too, like on the soles, like old Tom Penny, like little silhouette. We have like the boxes that it came in too, which have the little, it has the little
it's got a little
silhouette embossed with the penny. But like that's from a photo that Don Brown took of Tom Penny. I think they were in Europe somewhere, and there's a big hip, and there's this huge pop shove it. And it's just like that silhouette, right, when he catches it. And that's kind of come like being an iconic thing for Tom.
For sure.
And it comes like little tissue paper.
And this is like a different design for a standard S box, obviously. Like, it's usually the red box with the white logo. So for this, it's elevated a little bit more. In Accel and the OG shape and the OG like styling of it, it just, for us and our generation coming up in the late 90s, early 2000s, like that was it. You know, big box brands weren't a part of it. S was on the top of the, the food chain. Like it was a lot for us, and I'm loving the fact that the new kids now get to experience the same thing.
When skate shoes kind of first came out, for the most part, they were like pretty big like this, right? And then over time, they slimmed out. You know, now with the people just like the retros and stuff, people are wearing the bigger shoes. When you look at basketball, people were playing in the smallest shoes,
Oh, yeah.
like Dr. J's and
Yep.
freaking Chuck Taylor's.
Chucks, yeah.
You're like, what?
that was
I'll
the
say even the
norm.
Jordans, like the Jordan
In the
ones.
beginning, yeah, like
Jordan-
the airships and the Jordan 1s and
Yeah.
all that, like those things were very minimal. And yeah, the puff was nowhere
Yeah.
near.
Not
what,
like this. And so it's
nah.
funny how it's like it's switched, where like
Yeah.
basketball's got like
Yeah, that's
big
true.
ass shoes.
Yeah, there's a lot more tech in basketball
Yeah.
shoes now, for sure.
And I think people, which is good because like you could have your nostalgic, like what you want.
Absolutely.
You know, like from what you grew up on.
Yep.
And if you want to update it, we can have like the modern day version of
Totally.
it. And it's like, it's the same colorway, same, like for the most, slimmer,
Mm-hmm.
a little longer toe cap. But it's just, you look down at it and you feel good because
Exactly.
you're riding an Accel. It's crazy to see like, you see like Justin Bieber rocking the OGs.
Bro.
He just
yes.
like, he was rocking them like crazy. And like, I mean, there's a lot of people. It's just rad when people just take notice of what's legendary in skateboarding and then like just, or they grew up on it.
Dude, that's sick. Because the fact that a brand like S started the way it started, is still skater owned, skater run, skater operated, and you have people on pedestals like Justin Bieber wanting to willingly rock your stuff.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Just the fact you see Tom Penny still skating in the shoes.
Yep.
And this is just a couple of steps to, you know, just bring back like good memories. And I'm stoked to do it with the original S crew.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's dope.
so-
So these are available now?
They're available now, both colors.
Boom.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The cream and the brown gum. And yeah, ask your local skate shop.
Support your local skate shops, for real. Support your favorite skaters. Tom Penny is one of our favorite skaters. I'm sure you've got some sort of love for Tom Penny. Even if you're not the biggest fan, you got to respect the legend. So,
If you don't know, sorry to cut you off, if you don't know Tom Penny, go look him up right now and just binge, because watch everything older and new. It's beautiful.
Yep.